My wife has got a bug out bag. It's a bug out bag. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Well, I got me an old Ford pickup and a $2 bill. Do we have a $2 bill? And I know a spot just over the hill. So if you want to have fun, come along with me singing. Hey, good looking. Woo-hoo. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with... What are you doing today?
Dishes.
Dishes. I think Dakota's out doing vacuuming. Check this out. Vacuuming. Oh yeah, it's dusty in here. You having fun, Dodes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? What are you doing? Oh, you're vacuuming. It's probably been how long since you've done that here?
Since the spring.
Yeah, you probably plugged the vacuum cleaner, huh? Oh, you're using the shop vac. That's why it's so dusty. Yeah? Oh. Cherokee found a dead chicken somewhere. Anyways, living room. I wanted to show you something today. Baby, today is the day that we're gonna show them your bug out bag. My wife has got a bug out bag. It's a bug out bag. She showed this to me early this morning. It's lunchtime, so I just woke up basically. I mean, you gotta eat lunch. What are you making me, by the way?
Leftover chicken noodle soup.
Ooh, my wife does make really, that's for you, Timothy, good chicken noodle soup. Actually, it's really good. Sierra, do you want to say hi to the folks on YouTube? She does. Come on over here. Oh, see? Say hi. They didn't hear you.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, yeah?
No.
What?
Here, can I see your...
Oh, hey.
No.
Hey. Oh, yeah. You want to fix that for me? Here. Okay.
Here, okay. Look, he got himself dressed this morning and he did a really good job.
Well, the front is attached. All right.
See? Look, he couldn't even attach his own suspenders properly.
Well, I was going to have you do that. I didn't want to reach
It's
back
still,
there.
yeah, it's still not done right.
Well, what's it doing?
It's crooked.
Oh, well, here, fix it. It's got a swivel. It's got a swivel. Okay. Anyways, it's got a swivel, folks. That's minor. Okay, baby, you're cooking up some... No, I said bake.
No.
Put another log on the fire. Cook me up some bacon and some beans. What's the rest of the song? Sierra, come over here and sing it. Sing it. Okay, ready? My Sierra can sing this song really good. Okay, go ahead, see.
Put another log on the fire. Cook me up some bacon and some beans. Go out to the car and change tires.
That's right.
Wash my socks and sew my old blue jeans.
Come on, baby.
You can fill my pipe and then go fetch my slippers.
Yep.
Then boil me up another pot of tea. Then put another log on the fire. And come and tell me why you're leaving me.
Oh, I don't like the last part, but that was pretty good. Good job, see. So you're not making me any bacon and beans, I guess, huh? Okay. Well, anyways, so I'm going to show you today my wife's bug out bag, and this is really cool. She came up with it herself. It's pretty awesome, and actually, it is serious. I read a book a few years ago called, well, man, that was several years ago. I don't even know if I could find it. I think I got like 3,500 books or 6,000 books. I do have the book, honey. I know I have the book. Yes. I have the book and I have the audio CD. You have to get it if you don't have it. It's for men, but it's for women too. I think he has one for women. It's called Wild at Heart. Anyways, the book is called Wild at Heart. Phenomenal book. I guess he's got one for women as well. But after my wife, I was telling her about this. She decided to put one together. And pretty cool. It was just talking about sometimes you have to get alone with nature. If you're in your house a lot of times, it's hard to meditate. It's hard to meditate on God's Word and digest it correctly. It's hard to pray sometimes. And sometimes just getting alone with yourself, like the hippies, find yourself, man. I gotta find myself. So Little Liberty, did you just wake up? Word, girl. It's 1:05, and you just woke up, didn't you? What are you working on today?
Legos.
Legos. My word. Let's see those hard-working hands. Lego hands. No, she's a hard little worker. I think she's a little crabby with me, actually. You want to get the door, baby? She's crabby. She's crabby. Yeah, they're full. I got my chicken soup. And then, oh, you guys, check this out. You guys got to see this, okay? So this is a deck that we just made, a couple railroad ties, etc. Oh, I'll introduce you to somebody, okay? This is Bambito. Bambito, you have to say with a bito. Bambito, okay? I have a lot of Hispanic Mexican friends, and it's Bambito, which means outlaw. But he protects the ranch. When me and my kids found him, he was missing his underparts. And that's him. And they used one of them cheap aluminum pie pans. But I went to the thrift store and I got him a real good one. So now he's good to go. Put a vent hole in there so it wouldn't happen again. But yeah, that's Bambito. Isn't he cool? That's awesome. And then check this out. I'm not done yet, but get my bowl of soup out of there. That is an old cast iron tub, which was actually in the house, and I'm going to hook hot and cold water up to it, but that was 2 years ago, and I still haven't. Hey, we need to get the kids to get that rug out of there. That's going to rust it. Anyways, so let's do this. This is my wife's deal. On a serious note now, and I'll just tell you guys, a lot of you have asked many times, I'd like it if your wife and kids would make videos. And my wife is I'll just tell you something about her. She is more of a private person, really. I'm pretty outgoing. Obviously, you marry the opposites. So for her to share this today, she really didn't want to do this, but I just felt like it was something important. I call it her bug out bag. She's like, oh my God, but it is. But it's a type of bug out bag, and she's not really like that. She's always saying, you're getting too personal, And the whole idea is to show God's love to everybody. It is a gorgeous day. You're right, it is beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's been snowy, blowy. I had a bull come through the yard, and it knocked a tree over that I planted. That was Warren's tree. He hauled buckets of water to it, a little cedar tree. And that bull was walking through the yard, moseying along.
The girls were moving him.
Yep. Just like I walk through my house, kind of king of the road, right? And he knocked the tree over. You can't see it from here, I'm sure. But anyways, maybe I can zoom that in later on. Anyways, it's still sitting there.
It was a very sad day.
It was a sad day.
It's a lot of work to get trees to grow here.
In North Dakota, we live on a sand hill, and I'm telling you. But anyways, that being said, let's take a look. Oh, hey, Shorty. You guys notice how Shorty always gets into most all the videos? Look at her. Isn't she about the cutest thing? That's Warren kind of adopted her. Spent so much time with her.
I'll put it on here.
Okay. Oh, your bug out bag? Okay. Let's do this.
Okay. Do you want me to say how it started?
Yeah. I wanna hear the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell us how it came to be.
Okay. How it started is well, I like to pray every afternoon and read my Bible and things like that. And I used to always just go up to my bedroom or lock myself in the office, but I really couldn't concentrate. Like, I would be up in my room trying to read, and I'd be thinking, oh, I should fold this laundry and put it away, or oh, I should organize this closet, and just very distracting. Or I'd hear the kids downstairs and things like that. Or if I went into the office to try to do it, I'm thinking, well, I should really go through this paperwork sitting here and stuff. And so my time to go pray, my half hour, whatever I would set aside, it usually probably ended up 10 minutes of actually praying and reading my Bible, and the rest of the time thinking about everything that I should be doing instead.
And that's easy to do, being distracted. Yeah, a lot of
times. Yeah, very distracted, you know.
A lot of times I'll have to go to my office in town if I'm working on taxes or something to do with a construction company or something, just because if I look out the window, I see something that needs to be done. Or I see something, like, oh, my dirty underwear, or my wife's dirty underwear is on the floor. I'll have to tell her to start picking that up.
In the office.
Yeah, in the office, yeah. But anyways.
But so that's kind of how it started. And then I got thinking, I'm like, one day it was really nice outside, and I was walking up to get the mail. And I was like, oh, I should just really come outside and take all my stuff. And I just had so that day I went in and I just threw it all in just a really cheap little bag I had, and just went for a walk. And we have 2 really nice sets of tree rows here, and I went for a walk in the tree rows and just found a shady spot, and I had a little blanket, and so I laid out my blanket and I took out my Bible, and I take my phone if I want to listen to some, worship music or things like that. And it really became a habit. I think most of the summer pretty regularly, probably 3 to 4 days a week, I try to do it. Usually, sometimes only 2, but weekly for sure. I've been doing it all summer long. And then one day I was at Walmart. My daughter had a gift card for her birthday, and she was looking at purses. And I came across, so I'll start out with the outside, this really cute little backpack here. And it was on sale. And I'm like, oh, that would work so much nicer. Because the first time I went out to go do this, I didn't take water with me. And I was like, oh man, I am so thirsty out here. It's middle summer and kind of hot. And so I thought, well, this has a nice little spot to, put a water bottle. So
Or survival water bottle.
My survival water bottle in my bug out bag. Yep. So I carry a water bottle. And then the inside here. I don't know if you guys can see that.
She just showed this to me early this morning, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
And I have my blanket. It's kind of dusty, and I shake it off every day, but it still has like little branches and leaves and things like that stick on it. So I just kind of fold that up or roll it in a ball and stick that in the bottom of the bag. And then I usually grab whatever book that I'm reading, and this is a really good book that I've been reading lately. I had no idea it was as thick as it was when I first ordered it, so I'm not very far into it, it seems. So I usually take the book that I'm reading.
By the way, just as a side note, Mark Twain said, a man that does not read has no advantage over a man that cannot read. Think about that and chew on that for a little bit. Please
Yeah.
continue.
And then of course I have a nicer Bible that I take with me to church and stuff, but this is just my little one. It's easy to get in. Actually, Luke bought this for me when we were dating for my 16th
I am
birthday.
so thoughtful.
Yeah.
I am a thoughtful man. I am a kind man, honey.
Yeah. So he bought this for me for my 16th birthday, and he had my name put in it, Alicia, and then a little rose.
And I purposely didn't put her last name on it because I knew I'd marry her.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
So.
How old was I when you were 16? Like, was I 30?
No, not quite.
I was a couple years older. 3 years older, I think, right?
But this has been a very well loved and used Bible. But anyway, so this is my little Bible that I carry with me when I do things like this. And then I also have a notebook that I take, like this is kind of my study notebook, like Bible study type things that I'm working on, that I put in that one. And then my journal, I have a prayer journal, which I'm not going to open up and show the pages of, but
Could you explain what you do with a prayer journal?
I like writing. I really enjoy writing things down. So what I do with my prayer journal is same as if I'm just like talking to God or praying. I just write it all out. Like I always start out with the date, the everything like that, and then I write prayer journal. But I always start it out, how I'm just talking to God. I just write it all down. And then it's really neat to go back over time and read it, things that I've been praying about or things that are, in my life bothering me or things that God's working on me on, to go back and read it like a month or a couple months later, and it's like, oh, God answered that prayer. Or, he did this, or...
So basically, I'm the only thing in her book because she said it's things that bother her, I guess. And I know one thing.
I was talking about things that bother about me.
I'm not supposed
in
to
my
read
life.
her journal. I found that out.
No. It's very private. It's between me and God only. And then, of course, my pen. And these are the best pens ever. Can you see that? Simons & Son Carpentry. But no, seriously, these are good pens.
Yeah, they are good pens. My saw shop, they had these pens, and I absolutely loved them. And I guess on here it says Simons & Son Carpentry, which is our company, my phone number, and then our caption is this. I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh boy, I don't think they can see it. It says, we can sleep on a stormy night. And remind me, if you put it in the comments to remind you, I'll tell you that story in the next coming video. If you remind me, I'll do it. All right, go ahead, baby.
Yeah, but that's it. So you need a good sturdy pen. One day I was out and I had a pen that I had got brand new that I'd been using all summer, one of these nice pens. And I was outside in the trees writing in my journal, and it completely died on me. I wore the ink out of it.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, our company's going to have to charge you for that because...
Yeah, it's a write-off.
Yeah, oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. Anyways.
So, and that's it.
So basically you keep all of this in this nice little handmade Navajo bag
Yep.
for $3.
A little more than that,
$4.
but I was on clearance.
Yeah, and my wife's a clearance junkie.
And you know.
And so anyways, just pretty cool. I thought that was neat. And it lets you, so everything is organized, so when she wants to bump out, tell them what you were telling me, honey, this morning about how, oh, you have a piece of sleep in your eye.
So do you actually?
Do I have some? I meant to keep mine in there.
Ouch.
If
I'm
you
gonna take my eyeball off.
if you save sleep and you're in survival mode, they taste like carrots. So you just kind of, they're highly nutritious.
Never tried it. So.
But anyways, you were saying that the other day you snuck out and you thought you'd be gone for a half hour like normal, and what?
Oh, well, I try to every day go out between 1 and 3 because I'm usually out for half an hour to an hour. And how I was saying, when I was in the house, it seemed like my prayer time was cut very short because I was just so distracted. And even the kids knew what I was doing, so they would try not to bother me during that time, but it was more mental distractions. Well, not too long ago, I was outside and I had my phone and I looked at the time when I went out, and I just got so caught up in what I was doing, just praying and writing and reading and things like that. I looked at my phone and it had been an hour and a half, and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to get into the house. I've got like real things in life to do here, you know. And but I was just saying, like, the difference that it makes doing it for me in the house compared to going outside, how easy it is for me when I'm outside just to sit there and just relax and focus on what I'm doing.
That's awesome. I thought it was a cool idea. Really cool idea. It's just a neat way of keeping everything organized.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, one thing I do like about this bag, and I recommend if you're going to do it, it has a separate pocket in here, right here, to put all of my books and my notebooks, and then a spot for my blanket, because with my other bag that I had, it was all just one, and I would go to open up my Bible or my prayer journal or something, and there would be leaves from my blanket down in there, so it keeps everything cleaner. Yeah, when I have a separate spot to keep my books. I purposely looked for a bag that had a separate slot for my books compared to my blanket.
Now I know where my money goes and why nothing gets done in the house.
Exactly.
So, well, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this video. We're not breaking stuff today, but we are certainly fixing stuff on a spiritual aspect. And I know the word meditate is kind of considered probably a guru type word these days, like you shouldn't do that as a Christian, but it is in the Bible, to meditate upon the things of God, and sometimes just to be out in nature and getting away from the hubbub, getting away from, I think Mark Twain wrote a beautiful poem. You can Google it, look it up. He was talking about when he was a river boss, and when he first went on the river, he said the way the water would shimmer, and the way the sun would hit the water, the way the moonlight would hit the water, and when the rain would come, it would just lay down on the water and just look so beautiful. And he said 4 years later, in this poem that he wrote, he said, you know, as a river boss, if moonlight on the water meant changing tides coming, depending on what type of moonlight. A little while later, you know, a little bit of sprinkling on the water meant changing changing sandbanks. All hands on deck meant it was going to be hard work in the morning. And sometimes in life, you know, you move out to a homestead, you move out thinking, oh, I'm going to hunt. Since I've moved out to the country, I enjoy wildlife so much that really, I don't do much hunting anymore, which is sad. We still eat game and such like, but I wouldn't call it real hunting like I used to. Wake up on Friday mornings, wouldn't sleep, get all my gear together, all my knives are sharp, pick up all loaded up. You know how it was, honey. But now we just don't do that. My kids don't know that culture of shutting down for deer season. Now I know where the deer live. I know where they sleep. I know whose mother is mother, grandmother, I just do. If I get barn owls, or not barn owls, but burrowing owls or cranes or something, I come home, oh boy, we gotta. Well, but after a while, you don't have time to smell the roses anymore. Because you're just thinking of all the work, instead of looking at the barn owl, or not the barn owl, but the little burrowing owl. A lot of times you're looking at the fence that needs to be fixed.
Right.
Just take time to meditate and think things out, and pretty soon you'll be thinking, you know what? My wife's breath isn't that bad. I can handle that. Or, when you're raising teens, sometimes you need to get away from the hubbub and social media and God forbid if you have one of them TVs, okay, I'm not preaching now, but, hit me in the jaw with her bug out bag. Just get away and think about life. It's not as bad as you think, and sometimes your answers are more holistic. They're in your brain. So, well, until next time, folks, we truly do love you. I pray for you. I hope you had fun watching this extremely long video. Until next time, may the Lord guide and keep you, and happy trails.